Good afternoon, fashion dolls, and welcome to an all new episode of Style by Stevie Talk Show. I'm your host, Miss Stevie, and it is Thankful Thursday, March 25th, and welcome to an all new episode of today's show. Our very special guest is a comedy icon. He is comedy royalty, and he is here to talk about his book, Living in Color: What's So Funny About Me, his childhood memories, and all and more. I'm super excited to be conducting this interview with comedy legend, Mr. Tommy Davidson. You guys know I am a big fan of In Living Color. I had to go and dig in the archives and get one of my box sets. Hey, K-Tooks, make sure you guys go and subscribe to K-Tooks' channel. We're waiting on Mr. Davidson to get here, ladies and gentlemen. Share this live. Hopefully he should be coming. I sent out reminders and emails. I spoke with his wife, Amanda, today earlier. I'm super excited to be doing this interview. If you guys have questions, feel free to type them in the comments, or you can use the bubble below to answer them. We're just waiting on Tommy to get here. Hey, Tony, make sure you guys go and subscribe to Tony's YouTube channel. Hey, Brian. Hey, everyone. Shout outs to our sponsor, Exclusive Beauty, for making sure that we're beautiful and on point each and every day. Shout outs to also our girl Stephanie Davenport, the Bomb Lashes. Get into it. So definitely, maybe she's Maybelline. All right, but I'm so excited for this interview. I'm super duper excited. Yesterday I had a top knot. Today I'm letting my hair down. I wanted to do something a little different today, so get into it. But let me go ahead and send one more message out to his wife and see, because we're ready to get this interview started. And he's here, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, our very special guest is here, Mr. Tommy Davidson. Let's do this interview right now. I'm so excited. Let's add him.
Hey,
Hello. Good afternoon.
what's happening?
I am doing excellent. It is such an honor to be in your presence. Oh my God.
I'm not.
And, oh goodness. Okay. Is it better now, you guys? Can you guys hear me? Let me know
I'm
if
just
it's
adjusting
echo.
my little lights. I'm just adjusting my little lights here. It ain't nobody's fault.
Ah,
I just
hold
want to have
on.
the right. I want to have the right ambiance. Now what? Now.
Give me 1 sec, ladies and gentlemen. Hold on. All right. You guys, is it like an echo? You guys let me know. Can you guys hear me?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you perfectly. Perfect. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So we're going to get right into it. We are here with the one and only Mr. Tommy Davidson, Mr. In Living Color himself. I had to dig in the archives for this. This is season 5. I have a few other seasons as well too, and another one of my favorites.
Oh, now I know that's your favorite. I know. Bomb, right? The bomb,
Yes.
right?
Oh my God. So let's talk about your book, Living in Color: What's So Funny About Me. In this book, you talk about your childhood, you talk about substance abuse, you open up about so many things that have happened behind the scenes on the Living Color that we had no idea about. And for us, would you explain to people who don't know the history of your relationship with your mother? You talked about it a little in your book.
My mother that raised me, I know the best because she raised me. But I have two mothers. I was abandoned as an infant in the trash when I was an infant,
Gosh.
and I was recovered by a woman who raised me. And it was random, pretty much. She just happened to be down there. Her and her husband were doing some civil rights work in a small town called Greenville, Mississippi. And they had worked with my real mother previously, and she wasn't there no more. She was a friend of my mother that raised me, if that's not too confusing there. And she looked for her, couldn't find her. They said she was at a certain house. She found me there in the found me. She was walking out of that house that they said I was at. And she said some told her to look behind this tire that was against all this trash. She looked behind the tire and saw my foot and found me there. So from there, it was a hospital to see if I was going to live because I've been starved and everything. From there, it was to I moved to Fort Collins, Colorado, and Wyoming, Laramie, Wyoming, and wonderful childhood. You know, out in mountains, streams, rivers, animals. The Midwest. I didn't even know I was black. Until I moved to D.C. I moved to D.C. in '68, Washington D.C. Right when the riots were happening, right after King got shot. So when I got there was tear gas and fires and all kind of stuff going on. And we settled in, and the next day we went to play with the kids. Went down to the swimming pool. They said they had a swimming pool. And the black kids beat our ass. And they beat our ass every day. We're calling my sister, my brother, white cracker, and calling me white cracker lover. So I went to my mom. I was like, why do they keep saying I love white crackers? I like graham crackers. Because I was only 5, you know what I mean?
Right.
And that's when I found out that people hate each other for their colors. But the colors ain't real, because I said, well, what color am I? She said, you're black. I said, no, I'm brown like the crayon. She said, I know, but that's what we call you. I said, but that's the wrong color. So then I moved to the suburbs, and grown men were chasing me home then. And that's the first time I heard the word nigger, because it was like, kill that nigger. As soon as they saw me, like truckload of white people jumping out, kill the nigger, I barely got in the house. People were throwing stuff in our house. And so I go to my mom. I go, who are these niggas? We got to stay away from them, And she said, that's what people, your color, our color call people your color when they don't like them, I said, well, what color is that? She said, we're white. I said, no, you're peach, like the crayon. So I thought that was the stupidest thing I ever heard, because I thought we were like animals, I thought human beings were like animals, because a cat could be a brown cat and have a black kitten, a speckled kitten, gray kitten, white kitten, or a dog, could be a brown dog and have a white puppy, or 2 white puppies and 1 black puppy and 1 brown puppy, So I thought that's how we were. I found out that that's not the truth, But the reason why I named the book Living in Color, because that affected the rest of my life. Because my family is white, and we lived in Washington, D.C., which is primarily all black. So I was always dealing with that, And so that's why I named the book Living in Color. And I just got lucky and fortunate that I got on a show called In Living Color. So it was the perfect title, It was the perfect title.
And speaking of In Living Color, we're going to talk a little bit about the show, because the show came out in 1990, and everyone got their start on this iconic show, from Jamie Foxx to Jim Carrey to J-Lo to Rosie Perez to David Allen Greer, like Kim Coles as well. This is way before Living Single.
Mm-hmm.
And you said that you had a doubt that the show wasn't going to get picked up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. First of all, I want to say thank you to D. Todd, one of your listen followers, because he was like, congratulations, and he congratulated me on my strength, And it's good when a black man tells another black man that, because that's what we deal with. We deal with levels of strength, In Living Color started out with a bigger cast, and that cast started to drop off as it hit TV. When Kim was part of the original cast, and there was something that went on where she ended up not being on the rest of the show. She was on the first season. If I had that story firsthand, I would tell that to you. Well, maybe not, I don't know. But I know that there was some bad blood between her and I think Keenan's sister. But see, that's still speculation. She ended up not on the show, but I always believe that even though something doesn't happen that you want, it's always destined to be something that you need. So she ended up having her own show, and she could add both, you know. So, you know, it's just like a bad relationship, you know. We all been in a bad relationship, and you lead a relationship, and you still wanted that relationship. You still wanted to be in it. You love that person. Why doesn't this person want to be with me? You know. And then someone else comes along, you know. And God is like, to me, like that little kid in the grocery store where he trying to get his mother to give him that cereal, and the mother's like, no, and drags him out of the daggone cereal aisle. And the reason why she said no, because I got something that's better for you to eat, even though it don't taste good right now.
Absolutely, 100%. I agree with that. And you also opened up. These are a few other things we didn't know about you. Is that you did the Coming to America TV pilot? You starred in it, and it never landed. What happened?
You know, it never landed. It never landed. You know, I wish that Eddie would have helped me more with the show. You know, one, I wanted to really work with him on the show. That's the reason why I picked the show. And two, I just think it would have made a difference in the writing. If he was there and I could bounce stuff off of him and he can tell those people, hey, this is funny. Instead of being there with all these white people telling me, no, that ain't funny. You know what I mean? But I learned, you know, and he also gave me an opportunity. So I can't front on that, you know. And he's my idol, you know. Eddie Murphy is I mean, what do you say to that, you know? But it's funny that this would come out now, because I always wonder, like, why he don't want to work with me though, you know? Like, I never, you know, got in any of his movies or auditioned for everything, you know? And to this day, we haven't worked together, and I think he the best, you know? So it came up at a time when I'm able to talk about those kind of things and not feel self-conscious or not feel like I'm disrespecting anyone, because I know that that's not where I'm coming from, you know? Because this naturally came out right now, you know? So I know I ain't got nothing to do with it. I know this has to do with exactly where we are, exactly what's happening, you know?
Yes, Reborn actor singer. So I'm gonna take a break and answer some of your fans' questions. Let's go to the
Mm-hmm.
question box. How do I get a business card with a built-in sound effect? Damn.
Bam! Oh, I wish I could do that. That'd be worth $1 million. Oh man, hey, look, don't sue me when I take that idea though. All right, that is such a good idea.
Oh my goodness. All right. The next one is from shout outs to K Tooks. What is your favorite movie that you've done thus far?
All of them are my favorite. I think the funniest one I did is Booty Call. I think
Oh yeah.
my favorite is Strictly Business, and I think the most unique one I did was Woo.
Yes, that one. It's something about that movie. Like it's that thing became so many memes. The part where you was smoking the joint in the house and she threw the perfume into the what is it, the mirror, she shouted at me. Like
Right.
Jada, it
And
was
she was
just in
bugging
her
out. I was like,
own.
uh-oh, something wrong with her.
Yes,
Right.
she was just in her own element. I can only imagine what was it like on set doing Woo. What was the energy like on set when you guys, were in between takes?
Oh, it's beautiful. It was beautiful. It was a new kind of movie. And the original director, she was coming off of a hot run. So a white chick. And she was letting us do what we wanted to do. And we knew that it was a different kind of movie. There hadn't been a movie that had been that eccentric about black folks, you know what I mean? You know? So it was a look at the trans world. It was a look at the couples world in black world. It was a look at business. You know, it was a look at the urban scope. It was a look at music. It was deep. It was deep. It was just what we look like, but it finally was being shown in film, because we don't look just one way. We don't look just one way. You know, we look you know, a multi-array of ways, and that was just one look at us. You know.
And I feel like In Living Color was definitely the platform for the other shows that we see out here currently right now, like Showman Showcase. When I did an interview with Tommy Hobson, another Tommy, I was telling him that it's almost in a way like In Living Color, but you know, everybody has their own feel, everybody does their own thing, and it's so many skits, so many characters. Like, how much of an input do you have into some of the characters that you create on In Living Color?
A lot, a lot. You know, sometimes somebody will come to you with a character that they want you to do, or you can come to them with a character that you want to do. But it didn't really matter unless it was funny. So if it wasn't as funny as Keenan thought, it ain't gonna get on the show. So we worked hard. Man, we worked hard to get sketches on that show. And any sketch that gets on that show was the funniest one. So the 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 audience benefited from In Living Color because everything that was on there was number one. It was voted number one to be on the show every week. So
Oh my God. When I told my mom that I was doing the interview with you, because she used to watch In Living Color. Wanda was her favorite character. She loved Jamie Foxx. And she also loved the skit where Kim dressed up as Dionne Warwick and she was promoting the skincare line. It was Edwin O'Fay. Edwin O'Fay. That was it. That was the skit. And the other skit where Kim had the restaurant and you were in the kitchen.
oh, pick it up.
And she was,
Who said he wants
yes.
that steak? Pick it up. Luther. Somebody said he want a steak. I ain't got steak. I got cake.
I was telling her, I said, it's going to be very hard for me to keep a straight face during this interview because that was my favorite skit. Oh my God.
Did you miss
That
me?
was one of my favorites.
Did you
Yes,
miss
Martin,
me?
the Martin episode. Oh my God. What was that like working with Martin? Because you two like were a force to be reckoned with. You had A Living Color and Martin. They were all on the same network, Fox. And then Rock was out during the time. You had Living Single. This was a
Right,
great
right, right.
era of comedy.
Well, first of all, who can take the children, bounce them on the knees, bounce them on the knees, and then sing a melody? The Varnell Man can. Did you miss me? Me and Martin are good friends from DC. We both came out here about the same time to LA. And he called me and said, I got a part for you on here. I was like, come on, let's go, you know? And I showed up to the set. He cussing people out. I'm like, man, when you start talking to people like that, he was like, man, you don't know nothing about no TV. I said, I do TV too. He said, nah, but this is different. So I was like, all right, I'll show you. When the scene started, I ain't do nothing that was on the script. Nothing. You know? He said, so you got a swimming pool? Nah, I got a lake. You know, the catfish are delicious. No, nothing. And if you look at the background, if you look at it real close, he's cracking up laughing, but he couldn't because you know. But that was how we were anyway. So it feels good to come from DC, and both of us has been really successful in television and film. You know, it's been going really good for both of us to this day. And this is the day that matters. It's the day that matters.
Yes, and I know in between takes, I know you guys had to stay in. Who broke character first? I can only imagine, even on In Living Color, did anybody break character?
All the time. First of all, what's up, Mellow Prince? You the man, dude. Thanks for shouting, my man, Mellow Prince. Um, 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 we. If the object of the game was to learn the sketch and then do it your way in front of the person and see if they can hang. And you know, you're on TV and the cameras are on you, so you can't mess up. You know, they'll cut and Keenan's mad and everything. So you better be able to hold it together if somebody's sitting right in your face and changing it as they're going. But that made it even funnier because when you do it to me, I'm gonna do it to you. So that tension, I think that's what made us special. People are at home going, they laughing too.
There we go. He's back. We're back, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my goodness.
Hold on, I got
Now we're
Renee. I
gonna.
got Renee up there. Renee said hi to me from Edgar Terrace. Where you been, girl? I've been coming down to Constitution Hall, all these comedy shows, and you ain't showed up. So you ain't my neighbor no more.
Oh my God. Speaking of characters, you've also done some notable voices on cartoons as well too. The Ren and Stimpy show. You did Lilo and Stitch, and our favorite Oscar Proud.
Well, Oscar Proud is a whole different thing. Peter, where you at? Sugar Mama. The Proud family is back. The Proud family is back. Oh, look, you got Ariane. You got Ariane from Alaska on here. You got a lot of followers. That's my
Thank you,
girl.
Ariane.
That's my girl from Alaska. She be holding it down. She's one of the only 4 black people that live up there. No, I'm just playing. But she's holding the news down. She does it all, man. She does it all. You got a great following.
Thank you.
Your
Thank you so
your
much.
followers
It's
are
such
like
an honor
special
coming
people,
from
man.
you.
I'm looking at this. I'm like, look at her followers, man. Good God. So
Oh my God, they love you.
I can see. So we got to do this again. We got to do this again. We got to schedule this again.
Absolutely, for
Yeah,
sure.
because
Yes.
I can only stay a half an hour, but we got to do it again because I want more time with you. I'm
You know
serious.
you're welcome back
We can talk about all of it.
anytime.
Just hit us up and we'll put it back together. You know?
Yes, because he does have another interview. Shout outs to Amanda, the lovely Amanda. Shout outs to her. Thank you so much for setting this up, ladies and
Don't.
gentlemen.
I hope you
I'm
ain't
sorry.
wrong, but Adelaide from Australia is hitting you up too. This don't make no sense. How many people you got on here?
And it's all because of you. They love you so much. And I've been a fan of yours since in Living Color. Like, I love Jamie. I love
Mm-hmm.
Kim. All of y'all, like, you guys were amazing. This comedy show was amazing. And I wish they made more comedy shows like that. But now the only thing that's kind of making up for Living Color is Showman Showcase, in a way.
Yeah, and Wild and Out I think is coming back, but there's always I'm looking for another alternative for people. So I'm out there creating, trying to get something like a Living Color back to everybody. And people are not going to show up to what you got going on now if there's not something you have to offer them. So I know you're humble, but I got to give you your credit,
Right. That's all of the love for Miss Stevie and Tommy Davidson. Oh, thank you, K2. Booty Call sequel, Arian 6.
Yeah, I would like that. I would like that. I would like that a lot. You know what I'm saying? Somebody try to find Jamie and have him call me and we'll do it.
All right. Let me see. Let me get to one more question. Oh, yeah. One more question, and then I have to wrap up because Mr. Davidson has to go, ladies and gents. Okay, Tony, did you ever consider making Varnell Hill a project outside of Martin?
All I'll say is this: me and Martin are working on a show right now that's picked up on BET, and the only thing I'm gonna say about that is, did you miss me?
All right, you heard it here
All I'm gonna
first,
say
ladies
about
and
it.
gents. Oh my goodness. All right, ladies and gents. Any last final questions? One last question, and then we're gonna wrap up because I can't keep Mr. Davidson. But this was a sensational interview or conversation, and I would love to have you back. More time.
I'm looking for that question too.
Let's see. Oh, V Brown, actor, singer. Okay. When did Mr. Davidson know he was funny and wanted to do this for a living?
Well, I knew I was funny when I was about 6 years old because I used to be at the table with my family and I'd say something, everybody started laughing. And I used to think people were laughing at me. So, I finally went to my mother and said, why do people laugh when I say something? They don't like me or whatever. She said, no, they're not laughing at you. She said, you have a way of putting things that is makes people happy so fast that they can't even think. They laugh first and then they think. That's how that started. And In Living Color came on the heels of me ready to give up in LA and go home, because I had been out here 3 years and auditioning for stuff, and I wasn't getting. It was really getting hard. And shit, I had a good job in DC, so I was ready to go back to my job at the Ramada Inn, and go back and get my apartment that I had. I was like 18, 19, and the offer for In Living Color came along, and that changed my life. That was it. And I thought everything was over, because I thought all the stuff that I was supposed to get, like that Coming to America thing, you know, a different world didn't happen for me neither. I was auditioning for a different world.
Wow.
All these things didn't happen. And if they would have, what happened for me wouldn't have. So always remember, if I can give you one thing, let faith be your determining factor, not what you think you need to have.
And that actually was going to be my last question for you. Like, what's the best piece of advice that someone has given you?
The best piece of advice someone had to give me is, no does not mean no. No only means not yet.
There it is, ladies and gentlemen. Just be patient and be gentle. And more importantly, have faith. Like, whatever is for you out there. Thank God he doesn't bless us with what we think we want. Right.
Yeah,
God gives
because
us exactly what we need.
and I can tell you that right now, because if God bless me with what I think I want, every restaurant be serving Captain Crunch, because that's what I want.
Oh my God. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Tommy Davidson. Make sure you guys go and check out his book, Living in Color, What's So Funny About Me. Get it on Amazon. Make sure you guys go and get it on your Kindles or go and purchase it. The book is out now everywhere. Do you have any last final remarks for your fans out there?
Yeah, it's also at Target, where we spend a lot of money, and it's also at Walmart, where we spend a lot of money. So at Target and Walmart, both online and in the stores, you can get it. And I did an audio book where I did it. My voice did the book. And just I want to thank everybody just for being really loyal fans, really loyal fans. And I remember I was going through some downward spirals in my life, and my cousin called me and said, pick yourself up, because your audience will go and see you when no one else will. When no one else will.
And the moral of the story is it's always family who's there to support you 100% when it all falls down. So definitely. And Tony says, thank you for the years of making people laugh. We need that in such dark times. We need some humor to kind of uplift us and make us feel good about ourselves.
Yeah. Yeah, and to feel good also, we need to not believe the last 4 years of hype, which is psychologically separated us from the 8 years of when we ran the most powerful country in the world. So they spent 4 years to try to make us forget that we ran the most powerful country in the world for 8 years. It's not a coincidence that all that started happening right after our brother, our family, Obama, ran the thing for 8 years. So the lowly slave, where they think we came from, ran their ship better than them.
Mm-hmm.
So they run a psych game on us, and what the psych game that they ran on us is the best black man you have to offer ain't worth the worst white man we got. And we can't believe that. Because if one of us got in the White House and there's a billion of them, that must have scared the shit out of them.
Mm-hmm.
Let's just stay on track. Ain't nothing wrong with us.
Yes, we need this in order to move forward. 100%. Unite and come together. and call it out for what it is. 4 years trying to dismantle everything exactly D. Brown acted. So, all right, ladies and gentlemen, we have to cut it short. I can't keep Mr. Davidson any longer, but
Thank you so
thank
much.
you so much.
Let's do it again.
Yes.
All right, you said it now. I don't want to hear nothing. All right,
yes,
let's set it up again.
Will.
All right. There's plenty for me to talk about all the time.
Yes, we would love to have you back to talk more about your book, because I've seen so many questions and comments coming in about your book. Like, oh my God, I read your book. And I'm reading the comments. Like, your audience, they love you.
DJ Dinky Doo, I will be back. I'll be back.
Yes,
Thank
definitely
you guys.
we'll have Mr. Davidson back. So shout out to Amanda, his lovely wife. Thank you so much for this. This is a dream come true, and it was such an honor to be in your presence.
Thank you. Stay on top of it. I'll see you soon, okay?
You too. Take care.
God bless you.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. You too as well.
All right.
Take care, everyone. And
Ariane wants to chat with me too, so set her up.
Yes.
Ariane,
DM
yeah,
me after the
Ariane
show.
Alaska wants to do one too. So set her up, okay?
All right, I definitely will. We will set that up, Ariane. You guys take care and y'all be safe. We love you.
Thank you. Love y'all.
Take care. Love you
too.
too.
Bye.